Hello, everybody. How's it going? Happy Wednesday. We are live. We are chatting. We're hanging. We might hobbying. I don't know. Depends. Depends on what. Depends on how I feel. So yeah, we're hanging out. And yeah, I need your help, chat. I need everybody's help out there. The fans of 40k. I need your assistance because well, I'm going to be playing 40k very soon. Couple of weeks time, no less. On the 9th of May, I'm heading down to Tabletop Tactics to play 2 games of casual 40k. Now, it's casual 40k, so I'm assuming it's balls to the wall competitive 40k. I'm assuming that's how most people will treat it. So I need your help. I don't know what to take. I don't know what to do. But John Burkett knows what to do because John has become a member before the stream even started, which is legendary. Thank you very, very much, John. That is incredibly kind of you, and I appreciate that very, very much. Are you coming to this event, John? Is that what's happening? Tabletop Tactics event hype. Let's go! What are you thinking of taking? Okay, so we have a number of options. Okay. 9th of May. Yep, awesome. Awesome. I can't wait to see you then. That's going to be great. What's your army list? Well, I don't know, Blethen. I don't know. That's why I need the help of the internet. Okay. So there's a couple of different options that we have here. Last time I went, I played Adeptus Custodes, and the list that I took was fine at the time. I think it could have had a little bit more spice to it, but no, it definitely could have had more spice to it. I know this for a fact because I was absolutely rushed off my feet. And I didn't get it finished in time to do the full thing that I wanted to do. Now I could take Adeptus Custodes again. I could. That is an option. I think I might have to paint one character to just bump it to 2,000 points, because obviously points changes have occurred, which now means that very same list is a little bit cheaper than it was before. So that's one thing that's possible. Okay, naturally, as I'm sure many of you are aware with the amount of tutorials there are on said subject, and Sly Guy 77 has already said it, there is the Blood Angels. There is the Blood Angels as an option, but I don't know what people are running as Blood Angels, and if Blood Angels requires me to paint a bunch of new Sanguinary Garn and a bunch of new Death Company, I don't want to hear it, because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay. I knocked something together for Blood Angels, which had 4 Razorbacks in it and 2 tactical squads, and I was like, this is rubbish. But it might be fun. Okay, so anyway, we'll get to that a little bit more in depth later. So there's Blood Angels, naturally, as already established. There is this guy. This guy. This guy could come. I'll do terribly if I do take it, but this guy could go. That's also another option. And as is already There's already, as already, there's already, as you've already, as has already been mentioned, there's Emperor's Children, there's World Eaters, and there's Au Naturel Demons. Hello, Captain Manrings. I was emulating you. I wasn't just slapping my own face. You should take the Lord of the Rings miniatures because for Frodo. You make an excellent point. They are unfortunately invalid in the game of Warhammer 40,000. So, unfortunately, it wouldn't be a sensible thing to do. Try Emperor's Children. So the thing with Emperor's Children is I wouldn't be able to run Emperor's Children per se. I would have to run the Demons detachment, which isn't a problem because I think the Demons detachment is really good. And I have Shalaxi Hellbane, I have a Keeper of Secrets, and I have 9 Fiends, which I don't know if that comes in at under 1,000 points because we haven't had the Munitorum Field Manual yet, have we? But Fiends are 130 points in here. So 390 points for 3 units of Fiends. 690 points for 3 units of Fiends and a Keeper. 1,080 points. Ah! That's bum. Oh well. I would not say World Eaters because the new codex may drop and that may require learning some new data sheets in time for the match unless it won't be valid by then. I don't know. No, I don't know either. I don't know. Give Demon's Shadow Legion a shot. So is Shadow Legion the one that lets you take CSM? And if so, how does it work? Because I don't have any CSM. So taking a detachment that lets me take CSM and buff CSM is not gonna be good. I came up with an absolutely fantastic list to the day. And it is unfortunately 15 points over. So what makes the Shadow Legion decent? That's the question. Because like I said, if it's to buff CSM, then it's a waste of time for me because I don't have any, and I'm not paying 1,000 points for CSM between now and the 9th of May. I have got anyway the list I came up with, which I thought was banging, but is unfortunately 15 points over the limit, which is annoying because I really want there to be a Munitorum Field Manual to drop, which drops the points, but I don't know if it will. Although theoretically it probably should, given as the Emperor's Children. Emperor's Children Codex is out on Saturday, right? Is that right? Where is it? Is this it? Yes. Right. So this list, it's dope. But it is unfortunately, as I say, it's 15 points over. Which therefore means it's not dope, but so the list is today was the update. Was there an update today? Was there? Okay, let me see then. App Store. I can't remember how you manually update things. Oh, yes. There we go. Praise Slanesh! Thank you, Joel. That's very... Thank you very much for pointing that out. That's very useful. Let's build some lists, guys. I'll show you my stupid one. Maybe it's underpointed now. If it is, it's the one I'm taking. There's no questions. No! Okay, so the stupid list was this. Right, hold on. So the stupid list is thusly. Be'lakor, a Bloodthirster, Demon Prince of Chaos with wings, Demon Prince of Chaos with wings, a Keeper of Secrets, Shalaxi Hellbane, and Scarbrand. But annoyingly, it's 2015 points. It's 2015 points, which sucks. So, you know. What a shame, eh? What a shame. Oh well. Oh. I should say, for those of you who took part on Monday, who saw the stream on Monday, we started this, and I was very surprised, but we managed to finish this. So, Alfarius, Primarch of the Alpha Legion. So if Batman turns up, but there you go. But is he? That's a good question. May not be. Okay, so now that if this is true, it means we can put Emperor's Children lists in. So the Emperor's Children list I could potentially take is, what's it called? Carnival Excess, isn't it? Emperor's Children. Great army. So, Demon Prince of Slanesh with wings. We have one of those. As previously mentioned, if you haven't seen already, there is the Demon Prince with wings. So this video is on the way. So that's one. That definitely goes into the list. Naturally, we throw in Fulgrim as well. And Lucius the Eternal. And if we throw in a Keeper of Secrets and Shalaxi Hellbane, and then a Lord Cacophonist, and then we need other data sheets. So if we throw in Fiends are 95 points in this. What? Okay. Okay. Other data sheets. Fiends. Is that? That looks legit. It seems legit. $95 for 2 free fiends. Oh no, it's 3 in here. Blissbringer, and 2 Fiends. It would appear we have our list. It's terrible. But it looks fine. So a Keeper of Secrets at 280. Shalaxi Hellbane at 380, that's 5. As you already said, 660. Plus 95 times 3. 95 times 3. 285. Plus. Because the app might be being silly and not actually have a limit. Plus 380. It comes in 55 under. Okay. Okay. And we'll just throw on an enhancement on the Keeper of Secrets. And we'll throw on an enhancement on the Cacophonist as well. I'm into it. That means I don't have to paint a single miniature for this. Which is very encouraging. And we're basically playing the game with a Demon Prince, a Fulgrim, and 2 Greater Demons of Slaanesh. That's basically what we're playing the game with. So it's essentially like playing with Demon's Knights. And we just, you know, we Deep Strike in Shalaxi Hellbane with the re-rolling advance and charges, which she has inbuilt. Warp Walker on the Keeper. Yeah, no, I put that on. Because it's the only one the Keeper can have. And Warp Walker's the one that lets it move through walls, is that right? I should go and look. Chat, if we've managed to crack the code in 20 minutes, then the rest of the stream is going to be pretty boring. You're going to have to do your best to make me cry or something. Pact of Excess, no. Mercurial Host, no. Peerless Bladesman, Rapid Evisceration. Carnival of Excess. So Warp Walker, Keeper of Secrets, yes. So surely for the remaining points, because you don't get any benefits for being 15 points under the cap, right? So like on the Lord Cacophonist, I could give it Empiric Suffusion or Dark Blessings. So I reckon Empiric Suffusion to give it an even 2000. I finally got your pink to work. It was my Volupus pink. It was dodge. Now your pink scheme works. Happy EC noises. Oh, that's awesome, Niall. I'm glad. You got it working. Excellent. Would a Lord Cacophonist video be in the works by chance? It is indeed that one loud guy. It is indeed in the works. It's on the way. It will be out. Because I didn't edit a video for tonight. Or Tuesday. So Lord Cacophonist video will be either tomorrow or Friday. One of the two. There's 2 more Emperor's Children videos to come. It's these 2. Yeah. There you go. So the Demon Prince and the Lord Cacophonist are both on the way. So that's your Thursday and Friday videos. And we do have Alvarius coming as well. Put Empiric Suffusion on the Demon Prince. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Demon Prince. There we go. That's much neater. You must select something to be your warlord. It's probably Fulgrim. Why not? There we go. What an easy, easy time. There we go. Lovely. Love to see it. Well, that's Emperor's Children done. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that. Do 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 do. Let's see if we can. Yeah. To thank you for your help so far, chat. I'm going to see if I can gift out 5 members to the chat and see if anybody out there gets them. Let's snipe some of those grey names, shall we? Well, there you go. Congratulations to War Judge, Bunny Costume, Nosu, Tenebraz, and Gareth Sinclair on achieving membership status. Members everywhere. Sorry, much things was going on. So Josh has been corrected by EC and will be playing the Dark Side. Excellent. Dark Side has cookies. It does indeed, Captain Manrings. Well, okay, look. So let me run you through some of the other options. Okay, so the Emperor's Children list, right? That is one thing that has been decided. And Emperor's Children, that's very neat and tidy. There's nothing we have to do for that. So that's done. Okay? So that's, like I said, that's very neat, very tidy. Much well. So the other options we have are we had Emperor's Children, we have Chaos Demons, we have World Eaters as well. That's another option. Because I'm assuming there's a Demons detachment in the World Eaters book, as and when that happens. So there's that. That's another option. Unfortunately, Death Guard I wouldn't be able to do. Because again, I'm assuming there's a Demons detachment, but I have 2 Great Unclean Ones, but not enough to just kind of to pile it up. Tau, says Philip G. I don't have enough Tau painted, unfortunately. I'd have to do a lot of Tau between now and the 9th. I have a Riptide, 10 Fire Warriors, Farsight, Shadow Sun, and 3 stealth suits. And that's it. Tattooed Zoologist with the 1 gifted Warhipster membership. Thank you very much. And Ryan, how do I say your surname, Ryan? I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want to get that wrong. But Ryan, thank you very much for becoming a member. Incredible. That. Yes. You have some Kroot too. I do have the Kroot. So I have... is it 10 Kroot? Or is it 20 Kroot? Did I do 20? I can't remember. I think I only did 10. I think I have 10 Kroot, all of the Shapers, and the Lone Shaper, or whatever it's called. The one on the Komodo dragon. Oh, and the Krutox. And the Bashi ones. I have those as well. So that's like 200 points all in, right? So yeah. Anyway, World Eaters, Emperor's Children, pure straight Chaos Demons in a form of Shadow Legion. I probably wouldn't have to do anything to put out a Chaos Demons list. I have more than enough Chaos Demons painted. Of course I do. So those are some of the options. We have Astra Militarum. The one thing I would have to do for an Astra Militarum list is paint this in the style of this. And I would do a video for it, obviously. I promised the video for this. So there's that and that. And I think that's all I'd have to do. It was the gun. So obviously Blood Angels are another option. Custodes, they are thereabouts. And then, you know, the idea that was floated earlier was to take the Hammers of Sigmar, Stormcast Eternals. They would also work. It would be unfair though on all the other 40k players there if I took the Stormcast Eternals. Because even though I would be playing with significantly less models and I wouldn't have any guns, they don't have a toughness characteristic, so you can't actually wound Age of Sigmar models as a 40k model. So I would just flat win every game. Is the problem, you see? So that doesn't feel like that's in the spirit of the event to turn up and be that competitive. See what I mean? Does Shadow Legion let you take Greater Demons? Honestly, if you were painting models at 9 PM the night before, you aren't getting the full experience. So that's the question, though. In my line of work, one can't afford to be taking out that much time to paint a bunch of models. Like, so let me throw together a Shadow Legions list, and you guys can tell me what you think, because it might be terrible. So we want demons, chaos demons, where are you? Chaos demons, 2,000 points. Shadow Legion, and let's just call it TTT. Shadow Legion. Shadow Legion. Right, create army. So naturally, of course, we have to have Be'lakor in there. Of course we do. And he's the warlord. So that's easy enough. And then we can throw a Bloodthirster, a Great Unclean One, a Keeper of Secrets, and a Lord of Change in. We can do all four. And then we would want at least one unit from each of those. So let's throw in a unit of Bloodletters, a unit of Plague Bearers, and then other data sheets we would want a unit of Screamers of Tzeentch, and let's just go for a unit of Fiends. And then let's just double out the Screamers to a unit of 6. Which would be 1,970 points. And yeah, that's what I have. That's the type of list I could... No, I do not have any Flamers. That doesn't seem like a problem for you. Is that in reference to me being a compy dick? Dean says, I've got a 2,700 point army I haven't played yet. I sent a photo to your Instagram. Did you indeed? Did you, by Jove? Where did you send it? Did you send it to my messages? Yes, you did. There they are. Oh. I shall accept your message, Dean. Let's have a look at this. Wow, that's a lot of Dark Angels. Oh, these look sick, mate. Lovely stuff. Well done. Very cool. That is not a simple undertaking. Well done. Good stuff, man. You should be proud of that. Oh, yeah. Someone trying to scam me again in my email inbox. Taking Stormcast Eternals to a 40k game. Alright, yeah. What did someone call you? I believe, Colonel, Captain is just Captain Marins is just yanking my chain. He's pulling on the tip of my beard. Is what he's doing. But yeah, no. Sorry, I got distracted. You have flamers. I do not have flamers. I don't believe in them. They're not real. They're made up to scare children. Is it me or did the beard get a chop? It did. Thanks for noticing. I tidied myself up a little bit. It's only been, you know, I only did that at the weekend, you know. There was a whole stream on Monday and not one person said anything. Instead, everyone was more concerned with whether or not I was going to paint Alfarius. And I did. Alfarius is complete. Batman's not even here to see it. You know? What can I do? You try and satisfy some people, and it's just not enough, you know. Colonel says, I am good, Captain Mannering. Taking a break from work. They got me all over the place, so I need a long break. You do. You do. Absolutely you do. You should take breaks, which I recognise is ironic coming from me. Because I work until the point where I can't work anymore. And then I am forced to take a break because my body has decayed. That's what we do. So my question to the 40k fans in the chat is the game still lame and makes you stand in corners and not talk to your opponent? Is that how it works? Sorry for missing Monday's stream, Josh. I was on base all day for work. Oh, Colonel, don't worry about that. I don't mind if you guys miss my streams. Of course not. It's all voluntary at the end of the day. Depends who you're playing. Hello, Mikhail. You did notice my beard trim, but forgot to say. Well, look. Your punishments for anybody who didn't notice on Monday. Or thinks I've done a terrible job. Your punishment, your forfeit that you must undertake, is that in the coming days, you should compliment somebody that isn't me. Compliment somebody. Tell them you like their shirt. Or that they have a nice face. Pay it forward into the world. I have to agree with Josh on that one, Captain Mariners. I tend to take a break by working on something else. Bad habit at work and while hobbying. Yeah. It's a bad habit as a YouTuber. You end up working yourself into the ground. And it's entirely voluntary. There's literally nothing forcing you to do it, but you do it anyway. So then it becomes self-destructive. You have lovely hair, Josh. Well, thank you, tattoo zoologist. I actually measured my hair the other day. 18 inches long. It's the longest it's ever been. So that made me feel pretty good. I try to be a nice opponent, but not all people are. Oh no, I would never worry about playing against it per type of person. I just mean, is the game still the same game where it's like, hey, you can score 4 points by standing in the corners. You can score 4 points by having nobody standing in the middle. You can score 4 points by being in the other half of the table. Is it that kind of thing still? Because I don't have the... What is it? Pariah Nexus? Is that what the game? Is that what the game is? It's not Leviathan anymore, is it? Afraid so. Oh. I'm gonna play the game my way. I always ask I ask every opponent if what they want to do is they want to play first blood, slay the warlord, and line breaker, just as our natural secondaries. Just do that, and then kill points and capture objectives. And oddly enough, nobody really wants to play that anymore. It's because they've designed their army to stand in the corner and score 4 points doing nothing. It's Nakmund, is it? Oh, okay, that's how far out touch I am. Mini painting dad. He's bringing the spice. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying the stream and you're enjoying talking to me this evening, as you're generally enjoying just kind of the vibe in general, if you could please leave a like on the stream, that would be very, very kind of you. I would appreciate that. Because if you leave a like on the stream, more people find the stream. And if more people find the stream, then they subscribe to the channel. If more people subscribe to the channel, it makes Josh very, very happy. And as always, we're trying to get to 50 of the finest likes. We're also 9 members away from 450. So if you'd like to consider becoming a member to support the channel, I would appreciate that greatly. Yeah, because it's that kind of support that helps us, you know, keep the lights on, as it were. Good evening, Mr. the Demogorgon. How you doing? There's no better vibe than in their streams. Could partake in them every evening. Oh, thank you, Mini Painting Dad. I try to keep it light. Try to keep it fun. As long as no one brings up Star Wars, it's all good. And I'm not getting pulled into that today. I'm not talking about it. The introvert in me can't bring myself to go play at a local store. Nah, me neither. I'm at an age now, and I don't mean like that I'm old, but like I'm at an age in terms of how long I've been playing Warhammer, that the idea of going to play a pickup game against a stranger is just repellent. I'm just like, ugh, no, no, that's not for me. It's not for me anymore. It's, yeah, especially I think in the edition of Warhammer 40,000 the way it is, and to a certain extent as well, Age of Sigmar as well, it's very clinical, it's very competitive focused, it's very balanced and boring. So the idea of going to the local store to play a pickup game where I'll just get my face kicked in by somebody with a super meta list is just not entertaining to me, because I've done that so many times in my life already. It's the same thing like going to the local club. I just can't face it. The only types of games I want to play now are either organised play at a tournament, funnily enough, or just against my mates, because I know what I'm getting there. because I can say to my mates, maybe don't do that. Maybe let's just do this instead. Let's keep it 100. I think the kids say. I'm aching to play my first Warhammer game, but meeting new people. I know what you mean, Dean. It's hard. Sent you the full res one. I've also topped up your Ko-Fi as a thanks. Oh, thank you very much, Dean. That's very kind of you. I shall thank you here. That's very, very kind of you. Let's have a look at this. You sent me a link. This better not be you hacking my Instagram. It's asking me to sign in. Is this dodge? Is this dodgy? I'm going to send you my email address. Send it there. If it didn't keep putting spaces in. There we go. There you go. You have my email address. Play with yourself. Whee! Yes. Are you going to paint the remaining cities of Sigmar free guild steel helms that are left on the transfer sheet? Yeah, eventually, someday. I'm waiting basically to see what the Cities of Sigmar release looks like. Whenever that battle time's on the way, we'll know if there's getting a bunch of new models. If they're getting a bunch of new models, I'll paint all of those. If they're not getting a bunch of new models and they're getting one character, for example, then I will do the other ones just to kind of, you know, bump up that content release a little bit. And to answer your question, Colonel, I did indeed get your address, your email for your submission for the month of April. Oh, we're halfway there. I was thinking about May's theme, and all I could get in my head, and I'm not going to keep it this way, but I was thinking about May's theme for Tale of Many Warhipsters, and I thought maybe you're going to be the one that saves me, would be it. But I was like, that's 2 musical puns in a row. Both of them, neither of them are really puns. It's just labeling lyrics as the thing. Would love to play Warhammer Strangers, but COVID and other airborne diseases have me keeping my distance from places I could play. I know what you mean. Like, that's the other part of it. Is it's like, yeah, it's funny. I will jump at the chance to play Warhammer if I can organize it and be in charge of the organization of it. And I don't mean like being at the event, like, or put on the tournament myself, but like as an example, like I'm going to. There's this one I'm going to at the beginning of May. Then there's the one on the 23rd or whatever it is at Warhammer World. Which, by the way, I should just say, I might be doing... maybe... Hang on. How's the best way to search for this? It's called Contest of Heroes. Yes. Contest of Heroes. Okay. Okay, so Wednesday, the 21st of May, which is a Wednesday, is the Contest of Heroes Age of Sigmar event. It's 1,000 points. And I might have a spare ticket. So I don't know whether to do it as a giveaway, but I might have a spare one. I might have a spare ticket for that event. So I don't know how I would do it, but if anyone's interested in going to it, then let me know. You can come with me. Well, we'll meet there. I can't take you. I can't drive. I wish that I could take your spare ticket, but I am all the way in California. Yeah, that is a shame. It's a cheeky flight over, if you will. Found you from your appearance on Winters, and it seems like nice folks playing together is a rarity. I don't play, I just paint. It's not a rarity. I mean, I think you generally play. I have generally played more games that are fun than games that are not. It's just that the edition is so very different. The vibe is so very different since I was really involved in doing that. The last time I went for a pickup game was 8th edition, and then 9th edition the pandemic happened, and I didn't play any pickup games of 40k in 9th edition. And now in 10th I'm like, no, I don't really want to. Hello, Mr. Quatkin. Ah, I see. Oh, that is a much better photo. Oh, it looks kick-ass, Dean. I like the bases on your Outriders. That is a crispy road marking right there. Beautiful. I like the sword on the Redemptor as well. The Storm Raven's pretty sick. No, really good work. Really good work. Crispy and clean. It's just the way you like it. Or the way I like it. I need to frequent Bad Moon more when people are playing. Now Kill Team has a solo option. I can learn to play that. Oh yeah, absolutely. And also, like, the PvE version of that game is hella fun. And I like the way you sort of randomly generate the mobs. I think that's really cool. I think it's a really cool way to do the game. It gave me ideas on how to expand that further and like play like basically a modern version of Movie Marines, which I have played a long time ago, which is very funny, very cool. Yeah, it's having the time. The time is the hardest thing to find, as always. Started painting roughly 6 months ago and had my first game of 40k a few weeks ago. After 20 plus years in a crusade at the local gaming store, had to jump over my shadow, but it was more than worth it. That sounds awesome. Mr. Josh playing 40k. I don't believe it. I know, Pritters. It's happening. It's happening. I believe as well, if anybody wants to come and try their hand at playing me, like punching me in the face at 40k, there are still tickets available. So if you want a ticket to come and play 40k against me, or in the same room as me, and meet me, Tabletop Tactics, 9th of May. It's a Friday. I believe the tickets are still available. Guard is the question, says Pritters. Yeah, so Guard are an option. Tonight we've figured out what an Emperor's Children list would look like, and I don't have to do anything for it. I'll tell you what the Guard list was. Let me show you, because I came up with one. Where are you? Astra Militarum. Yeah, so the Guard list that I have, and you'll tell me if this is terrible, but it's Combined Arms, it's Acadian Command Squad, a Krieg Command Squad, Lord Marshal Dreer, a Primaris Psyker, 2 Rogel Dawn Tank Commanders, and Ursula Creed. We then have 20 Cadian shock troopers in one big blob, which will have Ursula Creed and the command squad attached to, and 20 Death Corps of Krieg, which will have the Primaris Psyker and the Krieg command squad attached to it. We then have an artillery team with the big siege cannon. We have a Cadian heavy weapons squad with las cannons. We have 5 Death Riders, which will be attached to Lord Marshal Dreer. We have a field ordnance battery with the 2 little field guns. We have a unit of Krieg combat engineers. A Krieg heavy weapons squad with the heavy flamers. A Lehman Russ battle tank and a Lehman Russ exterminator. I've heard the TTT events are decent. Paul is bad at stuff, has been a couple of times. Yeah, no, they are. They're very good. I've been to one when I was helping them. They put on one which was like a test to see if the venue worked, and I went down. I mean, they are friends of the channel, friends of mine. The space is really nice. It's a lovely place. And the terrain's all fantastic, so it's just good stuff. It's funny, I am going to a number of events that are all midweek. I've got 2 events at Warhammer World in the next 2 months. One in May, one in June. And they're both on a Wednesday. This one is the one on Friday. There's another one that I might be going to, but I don't know yet, in September at Warhammer World. But it's quite a way off, and I don't know if it's still happening. But for that, my intention is to put together 1,000 points of Imperial Fists for it. All Gravis all the time, all baby. So yeah, all the good stuff. Where are they based? They are based in Chippenham. Historic Chippenham. And I call it Historic Chippenham because a house I looked at earlier, which Alice found, which was the craziest house. I'm going to show this house to you. It's amazing. It's so weird. So I apologise to anybody if you do actually live in this house, but look at this house, right? This house right here is the causeway, right? And like, it's weird because it's, you know, it's clearly quite an old house, but like it's it gets really funny because look, so like all of these are outbuildings that you get in the house. And then there's like what's going on here? What is this place? And then, you know, there's that. And like, is it haunted? It looks haunted. And like, oh, I keep doing that. Look at the floor plan. It's insane. Alice was the one who found this floor plan. It's hilarious. Look at that. Look at that floor plan. Oh, it's outstanding. Ghost Theory. Hi, I'm a new sub on this, my main channel, but followed you for about 6 months on my personal. I'm currently following your amazing Sylvaneth paint schemes, totally new to painting. Well, thank you very much, Ghost Theory. I'm glad I could help. And thank you very much for subscribing twice, I assume. That's legendary support. That is legendary support. How much Sylvaneth have you done? I've still got a few bits left of mine to do. I'm waiting for the battle tome to see what's going on with that. I've got Alariel and the Spite Rider Lancers and stuff like that. It's just finding the time, waiting for the battle time to come out. That's the studio sorted. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of outbuildings. There's another thing I want to show you on my phone. I don't know why I'm just doing all of this on my phone today. It's because I'm such a professional streamer, right? But I don't know if anybody has seen on Instagram. But I got something really cool. And I want to get everyone's opinion on it. Because I think it looks sick. And I kind of want to put it on some stickers and some t-shirts. So here we go. Here is a new logo. And I absolutely adore it. I love it very, 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 very much. And there's so many kind of subtle things going on here that is so beyond me. So somebody very important has designed this. And I'm thinking of getting this on some stickers and possibly putting it on like a proper oversized white tee, and selling that kind of thing. If this is something that you would be interested in owning, then maybe we'll do it. I might try. I might soft launch it at some point. Are you going to shave your head to match? If I do this, it already looks like it, right? You can barely see a difference. If I put my sunglasses on as well. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's great, isn't it? So cool. So yeah. And there you go. One gold tooth. Yeah. Just the one. Or discoloured, because I have terrible teeth. I couldn't find a decent tutorial anywhere until yours. I just today finished the Branch Witch and have Kurnoth Hunters arriving soon. Oh, nice. Oh, yeah, because I did the Project Spearhead update, didn't I? Yeah. I forgot about that video, if I'm being honest. So I'm hoping to learn that petrol style on the Carapace. Oh, yeah, on... what's he called? Belthanost, first Thorn of Kurnoth. It's a lovely, lovely, lovely model, that one. I really can't wait to see. I missed my shot. I was working on a logo redesign pitch for you. I was too slow. You're not too slow, Artistic Outlaw. James, please. Please. I'm open to anything and all things. I wanna like... It's basically like it's a set of... I've thought about it in the past. Do I fully rebrand the channel? Do I do that kind of thing? Or do I just kind of keep some stuff on the channel the way it is, like sort of like the kind of the familiar logos and stuff, but like start just creating some really cool stuff, some cool merch and things. Because, you know, it's the endless debate, right, of you know, monetizing your YouTube channel. It's a really difficult thing to do, and it's a very difficult thing to do in a way that doesn't feel like, well, at least to me, doesn't feel like ungrateful. Do you see what I mean? So it's like I want to have like a bunch of I want to create a bunch of merch. I want guys to be able to support the channel and also own something, as well as be able to have like all of the videos and all this kind of thing. It's why, you know, I don't like paywall anything and all this kind of stuff. The only thing that's paywalled is the access to the Discord. That's it. You know, the content though is all free. So it's just like, yeah, you want to do all of that, but it's like, how do you guys get the most value out of supporting and following the channel? And is it cool stuff? You know. So James, please, if you're working on logo stuff, I mean, I'm very, very grateful. And I would love to see it. I really would love to see it. The Warhipster Bard's family merch. It would just be me doing this. With a hammer. Possibly with a replica. That reminds me. I mean, I'm sure I would have been notified, but... Oh, swords and weaponry are out. Galmaraz is not out yet from Bergschneider. Anyway. Guess I should also double sub then. Oh, green ink. That's very kind of you. Yes, everybody sub to the channel. A Warhipster water palette. Polo shirts. Just bought an Artist Opus 00. Wish me luck. Oh, good luck. I love the brush. I use it for everything all the time. As you know, it's in every single video. Water mugs. See, that's the thing, is it's like, I would love to design painting gear for you guys. But I'd like to design it myself for it to be worthy. It's like the other day I was thinking about like about water pots. And like, what's the best way to clean? What would be ideal for me with cleaning the water pot, right? And I was like, well, it'd be really cool to have like a sideways on, like you know, like a jug that has a flat bottom, and then it's clear. It's clear plastic, so that you can, but you can. Your brush goes in at an angle, so that when you waggle it about to clean it in the water, it doesn't, like, droplets don't splay out the top. That kind of thing. It's like I wanted to make contrast testers. Just these little keychain sized sort of plastic texture palettes, basically, that you can use to test a contrast paint. That kind of thing. I have many ideas all of the time, but I am but one man, and I work on my own, so my head is full of painting stuff. So I'm like, hey, here's all these cool things you could do, but you've got lots of videos to make. So if you would like to help Warhipster hire some help someday, please hit the subscribe button. Watch all of the videos, and if you'd like to support a little bit further, obviously you can do that by either becoming a member, gifting some memberships, or by sending super chats. It all works. You know, all that good stuff. That's the main focus, though. After we move, is to get the channel really cooking to the point of where I can afford to hire some people, so they can take on stuff like this. So it gives me space to be able to just make an even better offering on YouTube for all of you guys, because I'm incredibly appreciative of everything that you've done for us. Us being me and Alice, and the channel. 83,541 of you, to be precise. What paintbrushes do you use? I use a Citadel medium layer brush and a Citadel small layer brush and an Artist Opus Series S size 00. I also use Citadel's small dry brushes. And the other day, I painted something using this Vallejo Pro Modeler 2, because James reminded me it existed, and I was like, yeah, I could use that for this thing. That's it. That's the 5 brushes I use most. Very occasionally, I will use a medium dry brush, depending on the size of things. If I'm doing terrain in particular. That medium dry brush, that's a large dry brush, is there. There's the medium. That's it. You did use an Artist Opus 2 in the King Broad vid. Yeah, I have used them in the past, but like, you can just get most of it done with that. That's the arsenal that I use. More often than not. Do you use brush soap or anything specific to clean your brushes? Yeah, from time to time. Like, dry brushes I will. Quite often what I will do is I will work the crap out of a medium layer brush and a small layer brush, and I'll work with them for 3 to 4 months until they're wrecked, and then I'll just get some more ones. And then what ends up happening is the old medium layer brushes will get converted into other stuff, so they'll either become like a mixing brush, or, as has happened in the last so the workflow, right, is the workflow is to get a medium layer brush. I'll buy a medium layer brush, right, and then I'll work it to death, and then once it's worked to death, it becomes my mixing brush. So I take stuff out of the palette with that, and this, that, and the other. Then once that mixing brush, once the next medium layer brush is wrecked, the medium layer brush that was the mixing brush becomes something like this stippling brush. So the current, this is where I'm currently at over the last 9 months, is these 3 medium layer brushes, right? So it's this is the one that I'm currently using, this is the wrecked one, and this is what's become a stippling brush, I think. So yeah, show me how it rolls. Ghost Theory with the $9.99 for your help with Belthanos, the difficult to paint. Therefore, I need your video because I'm a moron. Also known as Belthanos' first Thorn of Kurnoth. Thank you very much, Ghost Theory. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. You are very welcome. What is stippling? Well, stippling is a technique where you don't brush, you dot it. basically like dot work. So stippling is to use this kind of motion. So if you stipple something, it's where you're doing this to paint, rather than that. So you're using this motion to build up a paint color. So often what you see with stippling is you use stippling to create a chipping effect, basically, or like a patchy kind of faded effect on something. But what you want for stippling is you want a really short kind of high tension bristles. You don't want a long tipped brush, because what will happen is you don't have any control. So if you take something like like this Pro Modeler 2, for example, or in fact, let's just use let's use a rect brush. If you have something like this medium shade brush, which is very, very old, it's missing most of its bristles. If you try and stipple with this, you can see it all comes out like this. You don't want that. What you want is that kind of thing. You did use a shade brush for stippling in the FEC vids. Yeah, I have an old stippling brush that was made from a medium shade brush. I've done it with a medium layer as of recently. I'll double subscribe. Good to know which brushes you use. I asked the guy who owns Artist Opus which brushes he recommended. Did he say he recommended Artist Opus? God, this is a knackered medium shade brush. It's very old, this one. He didn't plug. Well, good for him. I absolutely would if I owned a brush company. But I don't. I feel brushes are a personal thing. There is a feel to a brush that cannot be transferred one-to-one to every painter. Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with that. In the example of dry brushing, is a very good example. I really like a flat dry brush rather than a rounded dry brush. I've tried the rounded dry brushes. They don't work quite as well for me. And I think it's just because of the way I'm doing things. But a flat dry brush, I really enjoy because it helps me do really angled dry brushing. Whereas I feel like I'm not getting that with a rounded dry brush. And it's just not the same to me. Which is why I think they're very good. And there's a lot of potential with them for doing the kind of that more circular motion dry brush to build up colour on like a panel, for example. Which basically how slap chop and stuff works. And how, in fact, Byron does most of his videos on the Artist Opus channel. If you haven't seen them, you should check them out. But you wouldn't want to do that with a flat dry brush. Whereas for what I do with dry brushing, it's to catch edges. So for me, it just feels like it makes my brain more satisfied using the flat dry brush to catch edges rather than the round one. Because I feel like I'm not going to get them with the round one. What is your biggest army besides Blood Angels? Genuinely interested. That is going to be between Stormcast Eternals. It's going to be between Stormcast Eternals, Slaves to Darkness, Sylvaneth, or Chaos Demons. Depends on whether you go by models or points. Because points-wise, it's definitely Stormcast, but models-wise, it's slightly different. Speaking of hairs, what is your hair care routine? Lol. Joe, I used to use a. I'm a Lush girly, right? So I used to use Honey I Wash the Kids, which is a shampoo bar, to wash my hair. But now I use Head and Shoulders 2-in-1. Because I'm basic. My beard, though, I do use Kalamazoo from Lush. I'd give that a good wash with it. Stormcast Eternal Slam. Yeah, no, so I'm... we talked about it before. I'm a few model kits and a couple of evenings away from 10,000 points of Stormcast Eternals for the Age of Sigmar Apocalypse game that we want to play. I can't remember the list off the top of my head, but it is possible that if I get a week to myself, I could be sat on the Stormcast half of what that Apocalypse battle will look like. Are you doing the advert, Stoogie? Will you ever get a week to yourself? It happens sometimes. It's probably not going to happen throughout the month of May, but, you know, at the moment, June looks like nothing but weeks to myself. May isn't, though. May is May Day time. There is a clear and present threat of danger that May is a content every day kind of month. Given as April's nearly over and we're about to roll into May, and I think I've got content lined up for let me check it. Yeah. 24. Yeah. I've pretty much got content. I got a lot of there's a lot of content coming your way. Basically, is Bard's family in June, right? It is entirely possible that it could be in June. Shampoo really dries out my hair, so I find it's actually healthier without having anything in it. I haven't washed it with anything but water for 13 years. Oh, that's interesting. I have to have something in my hair. May for World Eaters, Death Guard, and Thousand Suns. Oh, no, it's not even any of that. There's a lot of other stuff that I'm working on. You know, there's... What's really stupid is for the video... Okay, so this is going to sound like full-on first world problems. I need to find 3 hours so that I can film a scene for a video of me beating Malekith the Black Blade on Elden Ring. It's so dumb. It's that kind of thing that I need to do. Because, for those of you who don't know, for those of you who haven't seen it either yet, we do have this beauty on the way for a video. We have Malekith the Black Blade. We've done a video on this. and I want to make it like a slightly different, more experiential video, because it's more of a, it's less of a painting tutorial and more of a, you know, I mean, this is how I've done this, but at the same time, like, check this out, right? So I've done a video for it, but I just need to, I need to find the time to get that in. Oh no, what a shame! I have to play Elden Ring. But then, of course, you know, like I said, there has to be found time to put that video out. This video is coming this week. This video is coming this week. You know, Mortarion, he needs doing as well. So yeah, I mean, there's just lots of stuff going on. And there's all of next week's content, the week after, 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 the week after. But there's loads of really cool stuff. I'm working on something really cool, which I can't tell you about at the moment. But it's on the way. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, I'm a busy, busy bee. I'm a busy, busy boy. And all I can ask you to do is to just, you know, like the videos. And I hope that I hope that you find something useful in all the content that I make, and that you cherish it as much as I enjoy making it for all of you. Dude, your painting is out of this world. Oh, that's very kind of you, Ghost Theory. I try. I just try to make... I just want to help you guys make painting fun. And I just want everybody to enjoy it as much as I enjoy painting. You know? Space Wolves, please. Oh. I forget that they're coming. Space Wolves. Things I want. Space Wolves. Soulblight Gravelords. Cathay. Wood Elves. And that's it at the minute. Also, you know, all of the Age of Sigmar stuff that we haven't seen yet. Does it affect anything if we fast forward through the videos or pause and come back? I don't think so. I think generally the most important view is the first time you view. If you see what I mean. I think if Fulgrim, if Contrast plus How to Paint Fulgrim comes up, and you click on it, one of the stats that YouTube tracks is average watch time. So, like... But I don't know if it tracks the amount of continuous watch or all of the watch, if you see what I mean. I think it's the first time somebody views a video that's most important. So, like, if you open a video and watch 2 seconds of it and close it, then, yeah, no, that's not great. But, generally, I don't think. I hope rewatching isn't a problem. I don't think it is, no. I mean, I appreciate it very much. How do you get your Cygor Brown mix so good? Yeah, Cygor Brown's a tricky one. Sometimes with Cygor Brown, just having a little bit more, like, overloading your brush with the medium, if you're mixing it with medium, is sometimes what it needs. Give Cygor Brown a really good thorough shake, because it's such a powerful paint, but in there is that beautiful red tone, which is beautiful. Yeah. That Soulblight Dragon will look so good if/when you get it. Oh, I know, right? Prince Vordry. or the Revenant Draconith. And I was gonna... I almost put in a... Because I've been racked with indecision. Because I keep looking at it, right? Because I've got the Soul Bloke. Wherever it is. Where's the book? It's not within arm's reach, which therefore means it's missing in action currently. Or is that it? No, that's not it. I keep looking at the Soul Bloke Gravelords, and I really love the Revenant Draconith scheme, and I really love the Prince Vordry scheme as well, because it's two different things. And I almost put into Discord the other day, because I was racked with indecision, saying, hey guys, just wondering, of the two, which one do you want to see most? And I am 99% certain that it would be a dead heat for both. I'm like, damn it! It was the same with it was the same with it's the same with all the dual kits, right? Especially when it's like something like Iridan the Witness. So do you want to see Iridan the Witness or a Lord Vigilant or Morgriff? Both. I don't have both. I have one. How would you do a dust effect either on the base or legs? Maybe even a cloak. I think you just dry brush it on, really. Is how I do it. I don't really tend to do it. But just kind of like gently dry brushing it on. I mean, I've kind of done it a little bit on the legs of this Imperial Fist Space Marine. So here you can see there's a little bit of like a brown dusting that's going on there. That's because I dry brushed the entire base with Dryad Bark, and then dry brushed it with Steel Legion Drab, and then dry brushed it with Karak Stone. So it's just a case of like building up the dust effect, but you can see it there on like the pads of the foot. So that's what we've kind of done on that one. So yeah, I mean that's kind of how I do it. For me, it's like with battle damage and dirt and stuff. It's always like less is more. The effect is way more impactful if it's a lot less impactful, as it were. So like his boots look sufficiently dirty there because they are sufficiently dirty, rather than it just being like fully caked. That armor is stunning. On the Imperial Fist, yeah? Or are you talking about Alfarius? Alfalfa. Which I kept referring to him as in the video and having to stop. I discovered that Creed camo over the top of silver makes for a really lovely, really lovely green silver. You can see it there on the backpack. But yeah, this model coming very soon. Yet another one of the Primarch series. Do you put your pieces in for competitions? I don't, Tom. Not really. I have done in the past. Like if I attend an event and there's a best painted and like a best painted army, and the tournament organizers nominate my army, then I'll put it in. And if there's like a best painted model, I'll put one in to that kind of thing. But the last time I made a submission to a formal painting competition was Golden Demon at Warhammer Fest, and it wrecked my confidence. It smashed my self-esteem apart completely. So I'm kind of like I don't want to put my stuff into painting competitions anymore. because I in that instant at Golden Demon, what I wanted. It makes it sound like what I wanted was to win. I didn't want to win. I wanted to win a single solitary pin. That was what I wanted. Just wanted one pin. I wanted Contrast Plus to be considered pin worthy, and I didn't get one, and it made me very, very sad. So I went back. I was like, I'm not doing this again. How many layers would you normally use either for dry brushing or stippling? Usually just the one. I do have a video coming with some stippling in it. I can't tell you what it is, though. You'll find out soon enough. But usually just the one. If I'm going for different colours... So, like, Alfarius' base, there's a couple of different dry brushes in there because I wanted different tones in the rock. So, like I said, there's Dryad Bark, there's Steel Legion Drab, there's Scrag Brown in there as well. There's Karak Stone, and there's Tyrant Skull. There's a lot of dry brushing on that base, but the reason being is I wanted the rocks to feel a little bit more natural, and have a little bit more of a kind of like less uniform, all one color type thing. But most of the time when it comes to dry brushing, I'll do one layer of colours. I'll do one layer of the colour. I won't do multiple layers of it. If I then do another dry brush on top, which is like a brighter dry brush, it's still only one layer of it. And the same for stippling. Stippling, by its very nature, you only really want to do it once, because that's what you're kind of you're shooting for. You're shooting for the stipple to be right the first time, and you might go for a little bit more of a brighter stipple in and amongst it. So, for example, one of the ways that I've done Rust in the past is to stipple on Scrag Brown and then stipple on some Deathclaw Brown in the middle. That's one way of doing it. But again, I only make one layer, as it were. Dylan, thank you very much for becoming a member. That's very kind of you. It takes us one step closer to 450. We are a mere 8 away from our target. We're 58 away from 500. Which I recognise is a long way off. Will you do the World Eater Demon Prince from the new World Eaters Combat Patrol? I've already... Should be 443. Oh no, did I miss one? Pip from you, Pip. Pip, did I miss one? I did. Pip, I'm so sorry. You gifted a membership. Thank you so much. That's very rude of me. See? Told you I was rubbish at this. Is a contrast paint fine as a base paint to a layer that's a different colour? Trying to think how to do my Kroot and thinking I want the skin to be dark grey / black and then the spines to be red. So would a red layer go over the black contrast fine, or should I put a red base over the contrast first? I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's a difficult one, that. It depends how dark your black / grey is. If you go for Black Legion, ultimately, if you use contrast paint over other paint, it's always going to add something. It's just how powerful you want it to be. So if you add Blood Angel, let's say Blood Angel's red over the top of Black Legion, it'll read as red black or black red. It will be very, very dark. There will be a bit of red to it, but it won't be red. So in that instance, what you're probably better off doing is trying to keep them separate, as it were. That being said, if you have a grey and you put the red on, it will read much more. So basically, the brighter the colour that's underneath the contrast, the more it will read as the colour it's supposed to be. So if it's all black and you put red over it, it will read as a red-black, basically, is the short answer to that, essentially. In your video for the Wrecker crew, how thin is the Gut Ripper flesh and Bale Tang green over the top of it? My orc skin always ends up too dark following your steps. If I don't thin it in the video, it's not thinned at all, I'm afraid, Swennels. But if you're struggling with that, I'd recommend adding just a bit of medium to your workflow to make it brighter. It sounds like what's happening is you're layering on too much. So you're overloading your brush. Because Gut Ripper Flesh is quite a pale paint anyway. If you're overloading your brush, how many layers do you? One, just one. I'll only do multiple layers of contrast paints if I say I'm doing it. So if I say we're going to do 2 coats, or on the camera in the video it does it and then I do it again. Otherwise it's always just one coat, always one coat, and again unless I specify it. So like there has been stuff like recently, like on the Gloomspite gets on the Snarl Pack Cavalry and stuff like that, where I've gone 2 layers of Gorgrunter fur, and I believe in the caption it should say 2 coats, something like that, or 2 layers or something like that. How many layers? Oh, we did that. Hope local store gets some of the World Eater and Death Guard battle forces, because I can't afford the EC Combat Patrol and those battle forces and codexes. No, it's a lot of content coming. It's on pre-order this weekend, isn't it? Right? 2 battle forces and the combat patrol, is that right? And all the codexes. I can't remember. Where am I? What day is it? It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday because we're live. That's how it works. I was meaning to do a red layer paint like Word Bearers after the black contrast, or would the red be too weak because there's not a base paint red underneath? Oh no, you should be fine. So so if you do the whole thing black, and then paint some Word Bearers red over the top, you'll be fine. At that point, you're basically at the same point as classic painting, really. Currently following your Custodian Shadowkeeper's paint scheme. In the video it seems quite shiny, but for mine it's really matte. Is that a trick of the lighting or a mistake on my part? It's probably a trick of the lighting. Do I have a Shadowkeeper's? Yeah, he's here. It needs dusting. One moment. Haven't touched this one in a while. This guy. Let me see if I can do that. Because my painting lights are there and there. It's quite matte. It's convenient that he was there. For the 40k tournament, I could use that one as the shield captain that I need to paint. Maybe I went too heavy. Maybe if you want to add a little bit of shine, Dylan, a little bit of Nuln Oil, reformulated Nuln Oil will add a little bit of a glossy effect because it just does over contrast paint. What kind of consistency do I want to go for in terms of paint on my palette? You basically want it to be, when you thin down paint on your palette, or dry palette, because I don't use a wet palette, so I don't know the answer to this, but on a dry palette, you want to thin it down so that when you draw your brush through it, it doesn't leave a clear line through it. What will happen is when you draw your brush through it, the paint will re-solidify as a puddle. So if you draw your brush through it and there's a clear line right through it, creating two separate puddles of paint almost, it's not thin enough. So you want to add a little bit more water so that when you draw your paint, it'll start to reconstitute on the palette. That's how you should do it. That's how I do it, and I don't seem to run into too many problems. I'm trying to collect the codexes for all four, and I only want to play Emperor's Children, as in the four sexy ones. Oh, James. I hope that you are able to achieve that. I'm going to send all of my thoughts and will that you will be able to achieve that to you. It's yours. Saturday morning. You can have it. Luck is on your side, sir. My luck is on your side. I must have some luck, because I'm a somewhat reasonably sized YouTuber in terms of audience and body. Will you make a Sanctifier's painting tutorial? It's on the list. It's not been a particular high priority because I don't feel like it's... I want to make the video, but it's going to be a really long video to make because there's 11 different models in it and they all look different. If you see what I mean. So finding the time to do it, it means I've got to find 3-4 days to do it. And I don't have 3-4 days at the moment. So yeah, I want to do it. And because I tried to stay up to date with Kill Team as much as I can. But at the moment, I just flat don't have the time. I had a choice between Sanctifiers or Goremongers. And Goremongers I knew I could do pretty quickly because they're pretty much the same model. And we've done it before because we've done the... Jackals. Now, if you want somewhere to get you started on them, you can check out the Inquisitorial Agents video that I did from not Blood and Zeal. What was it called? Faith and Fury or something like that. It was a long time ago. It was the one that came out that nobody was able to get their hands on. That had the Inquisitorial Agents in there. In there, there's a bunch of schemes that might be really useful for it. Ashes of Faith. Thank you, Longhorn. Yes, that was it. Ashes of Faith, yes. I plan on doing my Deathwing in the Shadowkeeper's colour scheme too, which your video was that made me want to do it. Oh, thank you, Fate Zero. Looks so good. Thank you, Warmaster of Schizophrenia. What is your opinion on using underpainting like zenithal beneath contrast paints versus just straight light undercoat? You're asking me controversial questions. Most of the time, I feel like it doesn't add anything. I think my attitude is if it's appropriate for a model, I will do it. But so far, I haven't found many models that it's appropriate for. Basically. Is the answer to that question. I can explain it a little bit more if you'd like. I'll use the Emperor's Children as a good example. So this guy, zenithal priming in this instance, given as the top part of the model is metallic, it wouldn't accentuate this model at all. And the majority of the model is black armored, so it wouldn't accentuate the black details either. And the bits where the pink is are quite low on the model, so down here, for example. So in the event of zenithal priming this model, for example, what you would be doing is creating a powdery finish on the pink, which ultimately isn't something that I would want on this model. So therefore, zenithal priming would not be a good use of time for this model, as an example, right? So on the Emperor's Children Demon Prince as well, okay? So you look at the way he's angled. If I do this, right? If you zenithal prime, all of this would be bright, as would him. But the inside of the wings would be really dark, right? They would be basically black or dark grey, essentially. But I wanted the wings to be bright. So ultimately, I'd have to prime it this way as well. So what a zenithal prime would get me is a shadow under his bum, ultimately. And on the underside of this tail. And again, a grainy finish on the feet, the legs, and on the tabard, which is not what I want. So zenithal prime would not be appropriate for this model either. Basically. So yeah, like I said, I mean, look, there are times where it could work, but I very rarely find the justification for doing it to accentuate something that I don't necessarily know if it needs accentuating. I also don't have an airbrush, so I can't get a smooth gradient, so it would only ever be with a primer can. And a primer can gives a powdery finish, and I don't like a powdery finish, basically. Which is why I don't do it. And also, as Captain Mannerings points out there, I hate fun. At some point, could you paint your way through the Kill Team starter set for 3rd Ed? I think a vid like that would do very well, because the other tutorials out there are seriously lacking. Which Kill Team starter set is that? Is that the one with the Space Marines and Death Guard in it? Because I've done the Space Marines, I just haven't done the Death Guard in it. Can you turn Citadel base and layer paints into a wash just by adding water? Yes, you can. You have to thin it down quite significantly, but you will eventually get it to a shade consistency. What it won't do is what the reformulated shades do, where it has this kind of 2 layers of pigments in. Please do the Death Guard. I just built them. I've got them to do. I think I'm going to order Fulgrim, but I'm a little terrified tackling that bad boy. Well, the good news is, Dylan, we have the Fulgrim video. And if you follow the Fulgrim video in the way that I do it, by doing wings, then body, then him, it's very tackleable. It doesn't look it, but it is very tackleable. Where did you do the Space Marines? I remember you said you did something custom, but I can't find the video. I will find the video for you, Swennels. That is the type of service I like to provide around here. Videos. Where are you? It would have been... Where are you? Where is it? Oh, it's there. It is this one. You don't have a video on the newest Big Mech with the shock gun, right? I think I might ask for that one as my Patreon mini. Can't find a paint guide I like for him. Which one's he? Is he the one that came out? Games Workshop. Warhammer 40,000. Warhammer 40,000. Xenos Armies. Orcs. Ooks. And there's the Pain Boss. Did it come out in a battle force? The Big Mech. That looks new to me. This kit contains 32 plastic components. 32? Check out my Demon Prince's wings. I dry brushed a dark grey, medium grey and white and followed your whole tutorial. You dropped it in the Discord, Philip. Show off your stuff. Where is it? I shall have a look. Good evening, GameX. I'm probably joining for the last 2 minutes, but happy Wednesday evening all. We'll hang around for a little bit longer. But no, I don't have a video on that, Dylan, so if that is the one you want, then yes, we can do that. There is a Discord. There is indeed a Discord. It is one of your membership benefits as being a member or a Patreon subscriber. Does 32 parts still qualify? Yeah, no, it does. It does. As a Patreon, yes. Yes, that model qualifies. If it's the same one that I'm looking at, it might not be the same one I'm looking at, but yes, it qualifies. Is there a 360-degree video picture of this? Yes, there is. Holy crap! I mean, it's dope. No, I'll happily paint that one for you. Shoot it to me as a message in Patreon or Discord or something. Should be in the submissions. Ooh, Tale Season 3. Oh, no, wait, hang on. No, you're going to make me look at them early. I have to find it. Scan. Don't want to look too early. Ah, there we go. Oh, it looks great. And you've dry brushed the wings, right? So it's not just a straight Zenithal Prime, is it? It's you've slap chopped stuff on that. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. And that's my video. Well done. That's very cool. It really works. Was I memberfied? Your name is Green, Dean. So that means you have a membership of some description. I'm away on training, so brought some hobby with me. Currently doing washing and basing for Kinnerai life takers. I still hate them. I don't blame you. Flimsy. Fiddly models. How do I Discord then? If you go to the YouTube channel page, my channel page, and go to the community section, the community tab, or the membership, it should say somewhere. If you're on a PC and you go to my channel, it should say our members. Thank you, channel members. See perks. If you click see perks, it will show you all the perks. One of which is there should be a link to the Discord in there, but it should be there for you to jump in. So bouncy. Oh, I know what you mean. Blech. Anyway, it is now 25:02. I do actually. Before I came online, I did gun an entire bottle of water. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. The bathroom is calling me very, very shortly. Opinions on the new Underworld's warband for Daughters of Cain, or Morai Heg rather. No, I like it. I like it. It's understated, but it's athletic. It's nice. It makes us less detailed than normal, but there's still enough there for it to be impactful. I like the warband. I don't think it's like the most revolutionary warband they've made, but that's good because sometimes they can go a little bit haywire with how much detail they put onto this. Because there's characterful minis that you're only ever going to paint once for your army, well, for your collection to play warbands with, Underworlds with. So sometimes they can tend to err on the in terms of detail. So for them to bring out slightly more pared back ones, I think is a really good thing because it just means that the barrier to entry for them is just better. It's good. So, and if they send it to me, it makes it easier for me to paint it for your review. Because when they've done some things in the past, like Brethren of the Bolt, it's like, oh my goodness me, there's so much going on in that kit that it's like, there's too much to do. And then the video becomes really long. And then the video is really long, and it's not a particularly popular game, so it's not particularly well watched, as it were. Which is not a problem. Except when it is. But there we go. Anyway, don't give much away for what may come next for Daughters of Cain, so not happy as I'd like to be. Oh, I see what you mean. Well, we'll see what happens for the Daughters of Cain. I'm sure some cool stuff is on the way. It's been pretty good so far for Age of Sigmar releases. A bit of tidy up here, a bit of massive range release here, a bit of cool stuff there. It's been pretty good. But yes, I really do need to go and use the bathroom now. So I'm going to conclude things there because we've now gone over the extra lateness because we were 5 minutes late getting onto the stream. But yeah, thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you for the new members and for the super chat. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. And yeah, And thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight and helping me out with some list ideas, particularly the Emperor's Children one. I'm quite excited by that one. That could be quite fun to take. So we'll have to see. But I will see you all very soon in the next one. You'll have 2 painting videos coming up over the next 2 days, Thursday and Friday. They will both live 7:30 p.m. GMT. So, you know, whatever it is that is in your local time. About 12:30 in the States. At lunchtime, basically, I believe. But anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. I will see you all in the next one. Love you, chat. Best chat in the world. See you later.